Oh, goodness. We are live. Welcome to The Scenting Guy. I am Jim Redding, The Scenting Guy. And as always, joined by Mike, our amazing producer, director of marketing, and so thrilled to have Mikalah Gordon, co-host of the morning show for 98.5 KLUC.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thrilled to have you. And so you are a current customer of ours.
Yeah, I am. And can I just tell you very quickly, like I'm a smell good kind of girl. I feel like it's my love language. I feel like it just sets the tone. So I came here last week and I got the travel size. Um what do you call it? The one that you put
Yeah, that's it. The
the
Scent
travel
Machine
size.
Travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. We go everywhere together. We're best friends.
Oh,
It was
that's
in my
fantastic.
house. Now it's currently in my car. The scents are incredible. I feel like it sets the mood and the tone, and not even being nice. I'm obsessed with the product.
Well, thank you, Mikalah.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
I love it.
What's your favorite scent so far?
We're doing the Centol right now,
Nice.
which I love. Um, and we are trying out the Baccarat scent as well.
Baccarat
I wanted to say
Rouge.
whale because of the story you told me last week about Baccarat.
It's true, you know.
Can you please tell everybody because I think it's fascinating. I've told anybody that will actually listen. It's a little
So,
embarrassing.
so Baccarat Rouge, the famous scent, that real distinct smell where it's like, what is that? What am I smelling? It is ambergris, and ambergris is a fancy word for kind of whale poop situation.
You've all been wearing whale poop, and so have I.
Well, haven't we all? Yeah. So when
Ethan, edit that part out.
edit. So yeah, when a whale swallows something like a squid that has a beak or something like that, it basically coats it to move through its digestive system with something very very similar to amber, but that distinctive scent. And it floats. It winds up on beaches, or it's harvested right off the surface of the water. And for hundreds of years, it has been used as a scent in fragrances.
Yeah, fascinating.
Yeah, it's one of
The
the
more
oldest.
the more you know.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, great stuff.
Yeah, but all the
Great
scents
stuff.
are really great.
So you are a woodsy gal,
Yeah, maybe I think so.
because Santal and ambergris and baccarat, those are woodsy fragrances.
Okay, yeah.
So you're not into floral?
I like floral, but I do like that more like vanilla, amber,
Fantastic.
cozy, warm, rich
Cool.
kind of scent.
You mentioned love language. I wonder what that says about your love life. That you're more woodsy than floral. I don't know. Tell us about
I'm
that.
the boss. Just kidding. I'm running everything.
Oh, so you're the boss?
No.
This isn't
No.
the Howard Stern show.
Oh, sorry.
Speaking of love life, my fiance is also very obsessed. She's another one. She loves, I don't know what I do really genuinely think that my mom used to wear perfume.
Mhm.
And so did my grandma. And it made them feel so warm and cozy to me
Yes.
growing up. And then I would wear perfume growing up, and it just felt like glamorous and luxurious and elegant. And when things smell good, it's very it can be masculine or feminine, but it feels so feminine and inviting people into your home. Like it really is such an experience, you know?
Absolutely.
Now we call it a vibe.
Such a vibe, babe.
Yeah.
I know, I was trying to sound classy. I was like, it is so luxurious.
Well, thank you for saying that. Fragrance is so subjective, and even what we consider luxurious is subjective. And it has so much to do with our own perspective of everything, which has a lot to do with just our life experiences, and that's what makes up our whole being and chemistry. It's no surprise that you and your fiance would prefer the same types of fragrances, and we see that a lot in couples because a lot of times when we have a successful relationship with another human, we share chemistry, and all of that chemistry makes up what we consider luxurious, what we consider smells good or looks good.
Yeah.
And so it's no coincidence that when we have that special someone that we feel really connected with, we kind of like a lot of the same things.
Wait, that's so interesting, of course, because of the chemistry.
Absolutely.
Have you had couples come in where they love totally opposite scents and you're like, "Ah!" Like, what do you do with
I
that?
have, and I'm like under my breath, like I'll give this another 2 years. I don't know. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess I
Yeah,
guess
it's true though.
at the
Yeah.
same time, I guess it is
Doomed.
possible to have. I
It's
know,
over for
right?
you guys.
I love all the fragrances that Christina loves. Cheers, baby. Um,
Good answer.
no, I think there's also a lot of truth to opposites attract in a lot of different areas or whatever. But I don't know. I'm talking about that deep, you know, in the id
Yeah.
chemical connection because it comes from our lizard brain, the limbic system in the back of our brain that controls long-term memory and emotion and urges, whether that's hunger or sexual or whatever, those deep, real, basic human urges. It's all controlled by the same little center in that limbic system of our brain. And by the way, when we smell something, the interpretation of what we're smelling is happening in the limbic system. And that's why sometimes we'll smell something and, oh my God, this takes me back. And immediately those emotions start pouring in because it's all happening right there in that little part of our brain.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that. I mean, definitely like nostalgia for sure, but I didn't know there was a specific part that would
Absolutely.
elevate that and make that up.
Yeah. Such an important part. Yeah. That's why it's important what people smell like and what places smell like. I mean, if you think about it, if you walk into a restaurant, the first thing that is really going to rouse your appetite is the smell.
Yeah.
And the best example is actually on the bad side of the spectrum. If you walk into a restaurant and it does not smell good, it doesn't matter how beautiful that menu is, how beautiful the presentation is. It's just, I'm sorry, this isn't going to work.
Well, I feel like that's for like people too. Like it doesn't matter how beautiful the person is. Like if the
Absolutely.
scent isn't right, it totally like shuts off your brain, right? Or houses or hotels. Like,
That's right.
yeah, that really makes sense.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, what did your fiance smell like when you first met her?
She's an amber vanilla sandalwood kind of
Well,
girl
there
too.
you
I'm
go.
gonna say, and
Boom.
thank God. Yeah, she's like the
I feel like over time couples are gonna come up with the same sense because one just gives up. It's like whatever you want.
okay, but that's kind of true too.
Okay.
Because so my fiance, like, I think I'm pretty like intense with what I like. I don't know what is. It's this running joke. Like she can smell anything from miles away. Like she just has a very, very sensitive nose.
Okay.
So
Bloodhound.
yeah, I'm like, let's go hunting."
Let's
She
go hunting.
okay, but she's like psycho. Like she can smell anything, and she's like, "Oh, that's terrible," or "Oh, that's amazing." So I was like, I'm very attached to my scents, my perfumes, and so genuinely, thank God it matches up because we're both pretty strong minded with how we like things to smell.
Beautiful.
Um, yeah, but she loves the Centol as well.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
So you are going to be a big part of our event coming up
I
on
know.
Saturday, February 8th,
Mhm.
our We Heart Locals event.
Love locals. Hard
We
on for locals.
love locals event.
Yeah.
This is going to be our second We Love Locals event, third event, because we also have another one in September every year. Um, Last time we were slammed, but what a great time it was. Food truck out front, small business in the back, all kinds of cool small businesses you can. As a
Yeah,
matter of
that's
fact,
so
I have a
cool.
list here.
I know
Free
that's the thing that
mimosas.
say less.
That's right. I am going to be running the mimosa slash Aperol Spritz bar. Are you mimosa
Oh.
or Aperol Spritz?
I don't drink anymore, but I was a big Aperol Spritz girl. Probably because
Okay.
I'm Italian. It just made me feel like I was in the motherland.
I will make sure I have the ingredients for a wonderful mocktail to accommodate
Yay!
your non-drinkingness.
Yes, thank you.
It'll probably just be the one.
That's great. That's perfect. More than enough.
Okay.
Too many mocktails.
We'll just
I
give you
get
a
a little
glass of orange
crazy.
juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, we're gonna have the food truck is Craven Creole. Amazing.
Yum.
Oh,
Oh,
just
so good.
incredible.
So good.
Yeah. Wallpaper Elegance, next door neighbor of ours.
Fun.
we get a lot of referrals from them because they have one of our scent machines in the front, and people are there to select custom luxurious wallpaper, and they're like, "What is that amazing smell?"
So smart.
Yeah.
What's the scent they have going over there? Do you know? Or they just change it
Oh, that's
out?
a
I don't
good
know.
question. I should
I
know
want to
that.
say Asian Garden.
Yeah, I think it's Asian Garden, but I
Oh,
think they
Asian
switch
Garden
it out
smells
every
really
once in
good.
a
I
while
smelled
too.
that
Yeah,
last week.
that's a great one. Just a lot. Moving and Grooving, Kids Dance Studio, Happy Barb, Clothing and Patches, Iconic Royalty. Oh,
That's one of our own.
that's
Fun.
one of our own employees. Yeah, he's just amazing.
Yeah.
He's branching out from clothing this year. He's got a
Is
whole.
he?
He's got coffee. He's got candles. He's got all kinds of stuff.
Good for
Oh,
him.
that's
Yeah,
What
cool.
an entrepreneur. Candles.
yeah, yeah.
Is my employee competing with me? Fantastic. I love that.
Get rid of them.
I have
Just kidding.
That's
Red
funny.
flag.
You know what's funny is he works in our shipping department, so who knows what he's sending our customers? Probably slipping in some
His
flyers or
own.
something.
Good for him.
You know what? Good for him. I would rather be a cop than a cheerleader when it comes to my employees. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Be entrepreneurial, be aggressive. Absolutely.
His scents are very different than ours. So
Oh, okay.
no competition there.
Well, I'm gonna have to give him a sniff
Yeah.
and see what we think. So your fiance will be coming as well
Of
to the event?
course.
Okay, good. So then
Yeah.
I'll be able to meet her.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my sister-in-law is gonna come as well.
Oh, how fun.
Because I listen, I think it's so fun. People are always like, what's it like being from Vegas? Because I'm from here. Like I went to school
Born and
here,
raised.
born and raised, all my family's here.
Which high school?
I went to Simran.
Nice.
And then
Ooh.
I didn't finish.
Which high school did you go to again?
Durango.
911 emergency. Yeah, no, he's here. He's sitting right in front of me,
All right.
arrested.
We only have about 5 minutes.
But people always like assume that there's like nothing for like locals. Like, do people really live here? Do people really? And I'm like, yeah, people really live
Well,
here.
it's gotten a lot
Families.
better. When we
Mhm.
were kids, there was nothing.
Yeah, but that's why like these events are so
Yeah.
great. Like I feel like so many of the places on the strip really catered to like tourists. And so whenever there's like Vegas local events really showcasing local businesses, I'm always all for it because I think it's just so important to have that community support and
Yeah.
I think it's great.
You know, it hasn't been just the growth of this valley that's been amazing, but also the growing diversity in the economy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So small business is a huge driver for jobs. Obviously, a lot flows from the success of the resorts, of course.
Sure, yeah.
You know, it's been a very important part of our economy, but yeah, just been amazing to watch because yes, living in Vegas is absolutely amazing. I personally believe that if you live in Vegas, you absolutely should play tourists and visit the strip every once in a while.
Definitely.
The fact that we have these amazing, luxurious restaurants from all over the world in
Yeah.
Las Vegas, and they translate so well because the business is still good here in the restaurants, especially when you're close to the resorts.
Sure.
So then us locals can just come and enjoy something that normally wouldn't be attainable for a smaller community.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it works out really good.
I think my favorite thing about the event is that we don't charge any of the businesses. So they're
Right.
Oh, that's
yeah, so it's
awesome.
like if you go into like a convention, a trade show, or even like a farmer's market to set up your booth, you're already in the hole. You have to make so much just to break even. And it's like this is just a win-win for everybody here. So they get to just come right in and have
Absolutely.
customers and
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
great.
Yeah, and the lineup is very diverse as far as the type of
yeah.
business. You know, we're for example, we do have one in here, Dolphin Cove. They do or Dolphin Touch. Sorry, they do cosmetics and also bath bombs and that sort of thing. A lot of scented products, and they actually use a lot of our fragrances just because they think they're awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful compliment. And we do this too. I remember the last one we went to. It was a real estate convention with local realtors. Do you
Mhm.
recall who it was that sponsored that? Where it was? I don't recall,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just if somebody calls us up and says, "Hey, we're having this thing, and if you want to be here," and it's always wonderful because I think a big part of creating the trust with the customer is yeah, I'm part of this too. I'm part of different things, same things you're a part of. and especially when it comes to locals, because the local market is very important to us.
Hmm.
Very important. We ship all over the world. We ship between 2 and 500 packages a day, depending, on sales
Yeah, that's
fluctuations.
crazy.
Most of them are going outside of Vegas, but the Las Vegas locals is really what put us on the map.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, for
The
sure.
headquarters.
The headquarters.
Hmm.
Yeah. And our smelly bar, I think it is becoming more locals than tourists. At first, it was mostly tourists that were walking through that front door right there because it's our customers from all over where, hey, we're in Vegas and I'm going to go see what else Aroma Retail has. I've been buying this fragrance because I
Sure.
loved this resort or whatever. Um,
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, they smell the scent in the hotels and then they come here and get it.
all the time.
Yeah, duh. I don't
Yeah.
even know why that didn't. Yeah.
Especially our international customers because now they can just fly back with it and save
So
some money.
smart. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, but that used to be the bulk of it, but more and more it's becoming locals where it's like, you know, family reunions up there, like, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a couple of months. Great to see you
Yeah.
back," or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, totally. Well, and I thought it was so interesting. I had asked Michael, like, did you guys just explode in the pandemic? Because people all had to be home. And then you really kind of realize, like,
we did.
this has got to be like our sanctuary. And a lot of people have continued working from home.
Yeah,
Even including myself, I do so much more work from my computer at home,
absolutely.
even with the morning show. So it's like vital that you have a smelly good
You
house.
know, we were the very first environmental scenting company to have e-commerce where anyone can buy pure grade fragrance oils and the fragrances that resorts are using. Um, we do have some competition in that category now, and I think that was brought on by the pandemic because before, when you walked into
Competition where? Okay, like who? Yeah, right. Doubt it.
online,
Just kidding.
online with all of their lies.
Liars!
Actually, there's some great companies out there, and I'm actually grateful for it because when we first started, we bore the burden of educating the public on what pure grade fragrance oil is
Yeah.
and what environmental scenting meant. That
I feel
it's
like I don't even know what that means.
well, the difference is before scenting used to be ancillary, where you'd have a candle going, so this little area over here would smell nice. You know what I mean? Or you'd
Mhm.
have plugins everywhere, and you'd have kind of this mishmash, and you had 5 fragrances to pick from: what cherry, lemon, fresh, clean, whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas when you get into environmental scenting, you are completing the environment. So you're looking at your decor, demographics of who's in the space,
Mhm.
yourself and yours, if it's your home, your customer, if it's your business, really considering all these things and tying the scent in to finish the decor and the experience that you want in the space. That's environmental scenting.
Got it.
And then pure grade fragrance oils means we're not just going to release raw essential oils into our space. And that's what most mass market products are. They're raw essential oils with some flashing agents that are also aren't always good for you to get it to fill the space. And you might be able to smell it and say, okay, I like the way I feel when I smell that. But that doesn't mean everybody's going to have the same reaction because essential oils still have VOCs like pollen that can give you an allergic reaction to one of the ingredients,
Oh.
including your cat, your fish, your parrot, your dog, your kids.
My fish does have a couple allergies. We've been looking into it. I'm just kidding.
They do.
I'm just kidding. I can't believe
I'm
you.
telling you, they do.
I
Keep an eye on your
do.
fish.
I believe it. I just think it's
The
so funny thinking of like my
the
fish
bird and the
taking.
fish one was truly the shocking one to me because I never really think about it.
They're some of the
Yeah.
most susceptible, actually. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
because
crazy.
you think about it, when you have an aquarium, you have to be aerating it all the time because the fish do breathe. They just separate the oxygen from the water,
Yeah.
and whatever you have in your air is in there with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with pure grade fragrance oils, not only does it have to be no synthetic toxins, but also no volatile organic compounds, those VOCs. And it's tricky because when you're making a pure grade fragrance oil, you might start with one ingredient and you remove the VOCs and now it smells different. So you have to bring in other ingredients to rebalance it. So
Mhm.
it's difficult, it's expensive, and pure grade fragrance oil is more expensive than raw essential oil diluted in water, however it's usually diffused. But we used to have to educate the public on all of that before we could really make a sale. Okay, here's your scent machine that's going to fill your whole home, and here's the pure grade fragrance oil that is going to be healthy for everybody.
Yeah.
Um, with help from our competition, we're getting the word out to a broader audience. More and more people are searching for pure grade fragrance oils and whole home scenting.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
And
We do it all for the
speaking,
fishies.
it's
that's
for
right.
the fish. Betas everywhere are screaming right now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we were, you brought up the pandemic. It did require a big shift. We were growing very rapidly and doing very well before the pandemic because we were the first and only environmental scenting company selling online.
Mhm.
Pandemic hits, and all of the others, a handful. The other scenting companies, environmental scenting companies, they relied so heavily on commercial contracts, having big businesses sign long-term contracts, um, that they tried to stick to that model, but it really dried up because a lot of these businesses were like, we're not open anymore. We don't need this service.
Yeah,
And so they had to go to somebody, and they went to the consumer.
sure.
Um, and when I say consumer, it's also small and medium-sized businesses. Because big businesses, they'll have like a purchasing agent that expects the salesperson to call, make an appointment, come, give me some free candy and logoed mug and stuff like that, and
Hmm.
establish this big old relationship and make a sale. Most businesses now, they're buying just like any other consumer.
Yeah,
They determine they have a need, they go search for it, buy it, whether it's in person or online, and they're done with it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's great.
crazy, right? Well, this has been amazing.
Yeah, I know. Thank you so much for having me. And I really am. I'm looking so forward to this event. Here, it's gonna be here,
That's right.
right?
Hmm.
Yeah, okay,
At the
good.
Smelly Bar.
Yeah, it's going to be here at the
Listen,
Smelly
I love
Bar.
that smelly bar. It's so great. Also, I did ask this question, but I want like anybody who's listening to my sister. You do like mobile events as well, right? Like when you want to do
Sometimes.
sometimes you'll do like cuz I think this is such a good idea for like bachelorette parties or birthday parties or being able to kind of create a set like whether they come here or whatever. I think it's just so fascinating and I think it's such a good business.
I haven't done that before. That sounds really fun.
Right? It sounds
The
fun.
Smelly Cart.
The Smelly Cart.
Well,
We're
you know
going to put
why I
together
think
the
that?
Smelly
Well,
Cart.
I because I'm engaged, a lot of like I guess like wedding stuff is just running through my brain. But I was thinking how fun it would be to bring like my bridesmaids and all my girls here to create their own scent. And then I was like, yeah, that would be such a fun activity for
I
like
love it.
birthdays and bachelorette parties.
What
Because
a
I'm
great
telling
idea.
you, it smells so
Yeah.
good.
We have hosted events. We actually have one little event coming up where we have a middle school coming with 30 middle schoolers that are going to come
What are
and
you guys gonna
make some stuff.
do?
Oh, we're gonna just go through the science of scenting with them, and they're
That's
gonna
so
make some of their own stuff. Yeah,
cool.
we've done that before. Yeah,
That's so fun.
yeah. I'm
Yeah, you do
excited
a lot
about
of
it.
cool stuff. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. I think it's so great. And
Oh, I think it's
honestly,
so wonderful that you
more
are.
than anything, I'm obsessed with the scents and it works so good in my house and in my car.
You're part of the Smelly team now.
So I'm a smelly girl.
So you're glad to be back home in Vegas for a couple of years now?
Yeah, yeah. It's been about 2 years since I've been back in Vegas.
98.5 KLUC, are they taking good care of you?
They sure are. Yeah, you can listen to us Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Always
And
do.
it's awesome. We have a lot of fun. It's nothing too serious. We try to
Absolutely.
keep everything really lighthearted and
Yeah.
talk local stuff.
Yep.
And I always say the most rewarding thing is that my 8-year-old niece on her way to school listens to our morning
That's
show.
fantastic.
And so she told her teacher, you have to listen to my Zia Mika because she is on the radio. And I'm like, of
Zia
all my
Mika.
accomplishments, my little baby niece is my favorite. She thinks I'm so cool. So I'm like a spice girl to her, and that's really all I need.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to smell good.
The other tens of thousands of people could just be fans.
Yeah. And we appreciate them. But
Oh, of
my
course,
8-year-old
of course.
niece,
But come on.
I'm like still totally cool. Okay.
Well, we are going to just to kind of celebrate our little relationship here. We're going to run a special.
Yeah.
KLUC is the coupon code for 15% off anything on the website.
Nice.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Great. And I'll make sure to do a post on our page as well if you guys want to check
Oh,
that
wow.
out. They'll do KLUC.
We're about to get blown up.
Yes, you should be. I mean, you guys are already killing it, but I do think everyone should experience it.
Thank
It's
you,
great.
Michaela.
Mhm.
Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you. And congratulations. I'll see you next weekend.
Mike, thanks for putting this together.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Mike.
And that's a wrap.
See you at the event.
From the Scenting Guy, we'll see you at the event Saturday, February 8th. Smell you later, alligator.
Go fragrance yourselves.